Hello, we are from Office System Management student and we produce magazine about business records management. This cover page was designed by our editor and the theme of our magazine is Principle for Records Management Best Practices.
Hi, my name is Riholsie. This e-magazine has been sponsored by several large companies including Microsoft, General Electric, Red Bull, McDonald's, Samsung, Puma, Coca-Cola, LG, Lazada, 100 Plus, and Shopee. We are very grateful and thankful for the contribution that has been given to us to make this e-magazine a success.
Hello, my name is Jonisel Anna Andrew. In this editor notes, we have wrote a few sentences for our reader. This e-magazine is specially produced for readers who like to learn more about the principle for record management best practice in the organization. We are the producer of this e-magazine, which consists of 4 members, namely Riholsie, me, Marcelini Moritins, and my friend Riholsie. Nowadays, the management of record is very important to various organizations. An organization that has a good record management can make it easier for an organization to maintain and manage its records more efficiently. In this e-magazine, we as the producer of this magazine have selected several organizations the way they manage the record in their organization. There are many articles that have been chosen by our team's member. Each of the articles will be presented by the article's editor. As an e-magazine producer, we are very pleased that our e-magazine can assist many parties, especially those who run different business styles. It is hoped that all aspects of this e-magazine will be reviewed by reader because all the information that is very useful to an organization in its record management.
Page 3 of this magazine is about what is records management. Records management is the control of the business records from their creation to their disposal. A business record may be an event or transaction log, a document, or a record. The retention, maintenance, and destruction of business records is records management. The function of records management include records creation, receipt, maintenance, use, and disposal. In this context, content documenting and business transaction is a record. In contracts, memos, paper files, electronic files, reports, emails, video, instant message logs, or database records, documentation can exist. Paper records can be kept on site or at a storage facility in physical box.
On page 4, it is entitled Survey Research on Tasks and Competencies to Inform Education Management Records. It is about to know the regular activities performed by records managers at work as well as how important of records managers' daily work to their success on the job. The objective included are to understand the tasks of records managers as well as the competencies, to identify the frequently performed tasks and use of technology, to identify the ways of interacting with other employees, to identify the skills of records managers most useful, to determine the useful professional development training, and to determine the level of satisfaction of job. In the problem of statements, it has been stated that significant research into the interconnectedness between records managers' professional activities and their formal education has not been carried out. In addition, what is meant by records management at present has not been put forward, and the work that records managers do has not been systematically analyzed. In the literature review, it has been stated by Julian Switzerland 1998, where graded professional is an example of records management education that strikes the arenas of academic and the practitioner. To address this gap, it designed a study to gather insight directly from records managers at work. The method used is survey development, consists of review of relevant literature and data from observation and interview. Next is sample development, which consists of obtaining of all contact information, distributing a survey link by email and social media, and snowball approach. Lastly is survey administration, which consists of SurveyMonkey online software. The findings are presented in 5 parts, consist of task frequency and use of technology, collaboration skills, competencies, professional development training, and job satisfaction. It is recommended to follow policies and procedures when managing records. Individual meeting, coaching, and training are more effective for employees in their work process. It is better to possess skills on technology, communication, experience, and creativity to increase work quality. Keep or storing data helps managing information, and long-term use are the contributions to business records management. This part talks about corporate governance and records management in private and public hospitals in Ghana. Corporate governance issues have gained global attention in management of organizations including hospitals. Indeed, corporate governance matters have been an innate weakness in most hospitals on the globe and especially in Africa. This notwithstanding, many countries, including Ghana, bemoan the fact that records management is always omitted from the elements of corporate governance. The objectives are to identify the relationship between records management and corporate governance, and to identify corporate accountability, transparency, and information security significantly affect records management. In the problem statements, it has been stated that despite the crucial role that records management plays in corporate governance, there is little literature in this area as compared to corporate governance in relation to other areas such as auditing and risk management, corporate values. For the literature review, it has been said by Ambira and Kemoni 2011 and Ngulub 2001, where records management is concerned with creating, organizing, storing, retrieving, distributing, retiring, and finally disposing of records without regard to their form and media. The study is based on 85 hospitals consisting of 20 private and 65 public hospitals across 4 regions out of 10 in Ghana, implying that the findings may not be applicable in the 6 regions omitted. The methodology used consists of questionnaire and 3-stage least square regression. The findings are presented in 2 parts by based on descriptive statistics and regression analysis. In the recommendation, first, the hospital should have proper and adequate storage facilities to keep records. Secondly, the hospital should have regular maintenance schedules for their safety equipment in case of emergencies. Thirdly, governance policies address the issues of board composition, board leadership, and board structure.
Next articles that has been chosen is Assessment of the Management of Student Records, Case of the University of Mpumalanga in South Africa. To complete this e-magazine, I have used the combination of 2 software, which is Canva and Lucid Press. Most of the related image in this e-magazine also retrieved from these 2 software. In this e-magazine, we have provided what is the objective of the article. The objective of the article is to determine the component of record management, such as record management, schedule, evaluations of document, destroy or dispose, maintenance, training on staff of student affair record management, access provided, problem associated with successful SARS management, and strategy for effective SARS management. In the next page, we also provide the methodology, such as this paper uses qualitative methodology of a triangulation of data collection, and this includes interview, document analysis, and observation. This research objective will address through the records continuum theory, RCT. We proceed to the findings of the article. There are several findings that has been found, as well as the interview. The literature review shows that there are multi-layer observation of the UMP records retention policy. First one is record storage. Next, record retention and appraisal of records. Record must be kept for very minimum dates as laid out in the university record maintenance protocol, during which they can be deleted or moved to the university archive as appropriate. Let's move forward to the next page. In this e-magazine, we also provide an additional information related to the record management best practice, which is record electronics vs manual. Electronic and manual record keeping. I know some business owners prefer manual record keeping system. Most business use an electronic record keeping system. This is to making it easier to capture information, generate reports, and meet stakes and legal reporting requirements. What is electronic record keeping? Most businesses use accounting software programs to simplify electronic record keeping and produce meaningful reports. There are many other advantages to using electronic record keeping as listed below. The first one, it helps you record business transactions, including income and expenses, payments to workers, and stock and assets detail. Second, efficient way to keep financial records and requirement less storage space. Third, it provides the option of recording a sales when you raise an invoice, not when you receive a cash payment from a client. There are a few advantages that the readers can read by their own. While in the next page is about manual record keeping. What is manual record keeping? Some businesses owner may want to use a simple paper-based record keeping system. There are certain advantages to use records manual keeping as listed below. The first advantage is less expensive to set up. Correcting entries may be easier with manual system as opposed to computerized ones that can leave complicated audit trails. And the third one is the risk of corrupted data is much less. And there is a few another advantages that can be read by the reader. While the second article is about the record management practice in the administration of Church of Nigeria Anglican Communion. The objective of this article is to investigate the record management practice of the Church of Nigeria Anglican Communion and the influence that this practice has on the administration of the church. In this article, I also provide the problem statement and literature review that has been found while studying this article. Let's proceed to the next page. Next page is about the methodology, and this study used the causal comparative research design of the ex post facto type, while the next methodology is using the questionnaire. A 4-point Likert scale was used for the questionnaire, namely strongly disagree, disagree, agree, and strongly agree. We proceed to the finding. The finding have found that the data collected for the first research question also revealed that the Church of the Nigeria Anglican Communion does not have record disposition or intention or destruction schedule. Other results also indicate that most of the church review do not have their document kept offsite, and there are no rules or guidelines in the Church of Nigeria for recording telephones, discussion, oral decisions and promises, meetings, and voicemail. This article also provides the recommendation for the church-based practice. For example, the construction of a central environment regulated and safe center for document. Since the primary purpose for the archive and records management of the church is to serve the church administration needs, it is fitting to aim to encourage a broader understanding of the record church by making some of the archival holding available to the general public. The contribution to business management. First one is to improve business efficiency. Second one is to support strategic direction. And the third one is to optimize business continuity. The explanation can be read by the reader if they want to know more about the how this article contributes to the business management nowadays. That's all from me. Thank you.
Page 30 is about a research article named as Case Study of Records Management Practices in Historic Motorsport published by Emerald Insight from the author Pauline Joseph. This article purposely to investigate the records management practices of two motorsport community-based organizations in Australia. The statement of problem that found in this article is there are distinct lack of research literature worldwide, especially in record management, that maps how individual community-based motorsport organizations handle their data asset, both records and archive. Page 31 explains the literature review of this article. This research investigates the current records management practices of two motorsport community-based leisure organizations. RIM Doctor indicates where each organization is with its records management practices. Page 32 is about the methodology. research design, data collection, and data analysis of this article. The methodology for this research include an online audit tool and by interview selected stakeholder in this organization about their organization records management practices. Page 33 explain the findings of this article, which is the findings can be concluded that the organization experienced significant information management challenge, including difficulty in capturing, organizing, managing, searching, assessing, and preserving their records and archive. Page 34 is about recommendation and contribution of this study to the business management. It is hoped that this article gives confidence to this organization on how to fix their records management issue. Page 35 is about the research article named as An Examination of Records Management and Electronic Records Management shall be published by Emerald Insight from the author Donald C. Force and Jen Zhang. Page 36 explains the introduction of this article, which is the inclusion of records and information management (RIM) education in archival programs can be traced back to the late 1940s, although records management courses did not become a foundational component of archival education until the late 1980s and early 1990s. More recently, electronic records management courses have become an imperative component of many archival programs in North America. Page 37 explains the purpose of this research and its problem statement. The purpose of this paper is to report the findings of a research project that analyze records management and electronic records management course shall be from North American Archival Studies Program. Page 38 explains the literature review of this article. A positive development for archival education in North America has been expansion of archival programs to include RM, ERM, and more recently, digital curation and preservation courses. Page 39 is about the methodology of this article. The methodology for this research include textbooks, weekly topics, and article. Page 40 explains the findings from this article. The findings of this research show that in some course content, RM, ERM, and DA, digital archive information as deposited in archival education converge but diverge in others. Page 41 is about the recommendation and contribution of this study to business management. This article helps the author to come out with two different approaches for how RM and ERM knowledge may be incorporated into archival curriculum.
Hi, my name is Riholsie. This article is about procurement, records, compliance, effective risk management, and record management performance. In process of editing this e-magazine, I use Canva and Lucid Press. The theme and the pictures were all taken from the software. It looked nice and suitable for the use of our e-magazine. This article includes such as statement of problem, literature review, and also methodology. The problem is about the record management in Uganda PDES. The literature review also talk about the similarity problem that occur. In this page also edited using Canva and Lucid Press, where the theme, color, and design taken from it. It includes about the finding, recommendation, and contribute to business management. The findings show that the Uganda PDES did not know how to handle the records and did not take a serious action to overcome their weakness. It recommended that the organization should learn how to handle their records. It must have a proper skill to ensure that the organization can manage the record, such as maintain record at specific locations, records limited access, and create strong room for record keeping safety. Contribute to business management such as good record keeping leads to increased business. Second, help the business manage their records. And lastly, ensure the safety of the organizational record. It talk about the methods of destructions. What is method of destructions? Clearly write in the e-magazine about the sections, what should be done or not, and many more. It also explains the reasons of destructions, where in the magazine consists three parts of it. One of it is save time and storage costs. Next, about the topic of which record need to be destroyed. It will show what records that can be destroyed. In destroying record, it has its procedures and policy to follow. It tells that only destroy informations and records that the chief archive has authorized for destructions. Lastly, where to destroy records. There is three types, which is paper, digital, and other media. It have all the recommendations for that type. For example, paper should be burned or pulp. The last article, which is about a framework of electronic records management in support of e-governments in Kenya. In editing page of e-magazine, I use Canva. The pictures are edited by our editor. Only the template been used and modified to be our own design. It include of objective statement of problem and literature review, where there is 6 objectives that state in the e-magazine. One of it is to ascertain current status of management of electronic records in governments in Kenya. The problem that occurs is the Kenyan government has been expanding informations and communications technology (ICT) enabled service across public institutions. The literature review talk about the digitals of record, how to handle the record, and give example about how the World Bank handle the records. The findings show that there are 52 respondents that have been collected to collect the data. The finding reveals that there were considerable amount of electronic records across government ministry in Kenya. The records created in government ministry are predominantly transactional records, which include bond digital records and digitized record arising from format conversions of manual records into digital format through scanning. It recommends that all ministers through RMO and ICT implement system for managing electronic records generated in institution. In addition, the ICTA should develop policy and procedures to ensure that all electronic record arising from official transactions are captured. Contribute to business management. Kenya has a deliberate commitment towards harnessing e-government. It has the view of the study that the prevailing status of e-government penetrations in Kenya provide ample grounds for enhanced delivery of government service